Hi, this is Danny, and I'm talking about our meditation challenge. I did not do a video yesterday. I did meditate yesterday, but I didn't do a video. So I'm going to make today a video about 2 days of meditation, and it's really kind of interesting what's happening. So the first day I was meditating, I was realizing, well, it's really like the 1-2 punch of the 2 days combined. So one of the days of meditation was so easy, and I was so much in flow, and it was just a beautiful thing. And it's one of those meditations where I felt like a deeper place of peace, right? It was extremely satisfying and fulfilling, and it went really well. Not that my thoughts didn't carry off, but I pulled them back, and I felt so good after. The other day was a day where I was kind of frustrated. I didn't meditate first thing in the morning. I got up, I got myself ready, and it was a travel day. I was coming to Illinois to see my family. So it was a travel day. I got up and I packed up everything, and then I meditated. I already had my shoes on, and my shoes were like cutting off my circulation a little bit because I got new socks, and the socks were thick and like one little thing after another. But here's the deeper level of message that I'm getting. I was sitting there meditating and just full of thoughts about how my foot hurt. My foot was uncomfortable in the shoe. It was tied too tight. My socks were thick, right? And my thoughts kept going to my foot and going to my foot. And I had the thought of, I just need to kick my shoes off. And then I had the thought, well, I'm not supposed to move during meditation, right? That's one of those supposed to have to, that's a leftover residual thing from meditation training at one point or another, which I've done different instruction and different methodologies and stuff like that. So you're supposed to be still during meditation, right? And so I hesitated on taking off the shoes. And then finally I just decided to do it. I decided, normally, and if I were really disciplined or whatever, it's kind of like the Zen thing. Like even when you're really uncomfortable, just use that as your focus, right? Use that as your way to focus your mind. You know, this too shall pass, and you can focus on it. You can do a scan. You can do all these different things. And I was like, Danny, you really need to use it. And I was like, you know what? You're uncomfortable. Just kick your shoes off. And it was this whole debate I had within myself. And here's the thing. The meditation is for me. There's no one keeping score. The meditation that you're doing is for you. There's no one keeping score. There's no one grading you A, B, C, D, or F. And the only accountability that you have is to yourself. Now, here's the thing that I find interesting is it's really a conversation about how are you with yourself? Are you structured? You give yourself a hard time. You expect perfection. Are you generally dissatisfied with yourself? Or you say, oh, isn't this interesting? Kick the shoes off. Or you can say, isn't this interesting? Leave the shoes on. It's all up to you. And I decided I was kind of going along with some rule book that I didn't really agree to. But here's the step beyond that is powerful for me personally, and I hope it will speak to you too. And that is when you're really meditating and you're in a deep place of meditation, and generally for me it doesn't happen in the first 20 minutes. Sometimes it does and I luck out, but a lot of times it happens with longer meditations and I get to a deeper place. There's this profound kind of attentiveness, but also peace, and a really beautiful place that you get to, right? In that place, it's a natural place for your body to be relaxed and to be still. So it's natural when you're in that place for your body to be natural, for your body just to be still. Unless you might have a medical condition. You might be very, twitchy or person who moves around a lot. I'm not speaking for everyone. I'm speaking for myself and hoping that this resonates with someone else. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong if you move around even when you're in a deep place of meditation. I'm not making anybody wrong. I just want to be clear about that. But what I am saying is that it's natural to be not wiggling around for me when I'm in a deeper place of meditation. It's not something I say, make yourself not move is very different than getting to a spiritual place of peace and naturally being in one place and not moving and being still, being in the stillness truly. And it's something really beautiful. But if I'm sitting here judging myself, saying, don't move, you can't move, that's a completely different practice. That's a completely different thing. And I don't know about you, but I would rather be, I'm in the place of peace and it happens naturally and not try to force it. And this brings me back again for me to the intuitive eating thing, looking at the diet as that structured way. This is the rule. I can't do this. I have to do this. I can't do this. I have to do this in the diet, right? So if I'm being good, then I'm adhering to all the rules, versus intuitive eating, which is if you're present and you're conscious and you give yourself time to let go of so many of those conditioned ways of being, just by being aware and by being conscious and by being centered when you eat, your body will naturally start to choose foods that are nutritionally powerful, that are what your body needs. Your body will naturally make these choices. But it's a process of not trying to force the square peg into the round hole. It's the process of becoming that place of consciousness and understanding, becoming from that place of being centered and making decisions from there and acting from there and being still from there and making a food choice from there and living life from that place. And do you see how that's a completely different paradigm? And it's a longer term vision. It takes more time and more consistency and more effort over time to get to just be that person where that comes naturally. That's kind of the same conversation that I've started to have in other videos, right? Being the kind of, when I was talking about the rim to rim, I want to be the kind of person who does this. And so that's the kind of person I'm going to be. So I'm going to train specifically for rim to rim, but I'm also going to work on the huge picture of being the person who does that kind of thing and who does that specifically. And I think that's really good for a couple of days of meditation. I still want to know what you're getting and everything. I haven't checked the comments. I've checked the comments, but I haven't responded yet. So I'll be sure to do that tonight, a little later on. I'm so glad you're here with me. And let's keep it up. Good meditation, good stuff happening. Really good. Thanks for being here. See you next time.